Amuse S2000 GT1 Turbo car in VR. Hello there everybody, and welcome to a kind of a dark racing video here at the beginning at Opafed Gaming. I am the Opafed. We're driving an Amuse S2000 GT1 Turbo in the Japanese Clubman Cup 550. We're driving at the Autopolis International Racing Course. We're doing 3 laps. We started 12 of 12 cars, and we started with a rolling start. Now this race, the laps are decent length, so they're going to take a little bit of time, which is good because being so dark, it's kind of hard to see. And I don't know about you, but when it's dark out, I tend to drive a little bit slower. In real life and on the track here at Sim Racing at Opafed Gaming. Because my problem is if I can't see it, I don't know where to turn. I don't know about anybody else. Anyhow, with that in mind, we have to systematically pass these cars when we have the opportunity until it gets a little bit lighter. Now this is an absolutely cool little car, cool little race car to drive. It sticks to the track really well and it corners really nicely. It isn't overabundantly powered with a lot of horses, but it gets the job done. As we're ripping around the corner here, we are already over halfway through the first lap. And like usual, the Opafed has forgot to keep track of how many cars we're passing. So we're just gonna have to put the pedal to the metal and try and pass as many cars as we can in the 3 laps that are available. Now as we're coming up behind this guy, we had room in the other places to pass the other cars, sorry. But this guy here, he's not that fast, but he's in a portion of the track that goes back and forth and back and forth. You just can't seem to get around him. You try to get him around him on the outside, and there's just not enough power in the car, and the little guy in front of you just zips away. So the best thing to do with situations like these is just have a little patience, follow the guy. Sooner or later, you're going to have a straight section, and when you do, you rip by him and you catch up to the next guys to challenge them for their position. Now we just finished the first lap. Like I said, they're decent length, but we still got some more cars to pass. And you can see one right in front of us. As it's starting to get a little bit lighter out, we can see the interior of the car a little bit better too. The awesome looking dash on the inside looks just awesome. Anyhow, we're catching up to this here little white Japanese car. It looks like maybe a Nissan or a Honda. And we got to stick behind them in current corners like this, because like I said, you don't have the speed to pass them on the outside. You try, but you just don't get there. So best thing to do, rather than try to keep going around them on the outside there again, we're going to catch him napping here soon. As we're coming around this corner, if you cut it short, he ends up going a little wide, and that gives you the room to pass him. Remember this particular corner, because it becomes very important. As we're catching up to the next guy, it looks like we might only have 2, maybe 3, well, 3 we can see for sure still in front of us. So that means that we've passed 8 cars. Got 3 more to go, and we're getting close to finishing the second lap. Not to fear, because the Opafed is here. We stick with these guys, we flow through the corners with them, and when there's an opportunity, like I said, we take them on the inside or the outside, wherever they're going to give us a little bit of room. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit lighter. We can see the track better as we're coming through these little S turns just before the end of the second lap. Not the first, the second lap already. With 1 more lap to go and 3 cars still in front of us. Now you can see that we can't sit around and wait too long, because at the end of the lap it's really difficult to pass anybody. So we're going to have to do it at the beginning, which is starting in a minute here. So we can get this by this guy, but these next 2 are a little bit too far ahead of us. We're going to be on the regular part of the track, not the straightaways, as we come around to this corner and catch up to what I believe is car number 2. It's like a little Nissan, a little silver Nissan. But soon he's going to be behind us, and it isn't going to matter what it is because he's no longer a problem. Now this guy here, he seems to be riding the brakes a lot. You see the brake lights come on quite often, especially around corners, which tells you that around a corner might be the best time to pass this guy. So as we keep an eye on him, when we get close behind him, we find the perfect corner. Remember what I said about that one corner. You come up behind him, and then you cut him on the inside, because he's just braking way too much. So we're going to get by him right over here. Best opportunity as we get in front of him. And now we just want to make a little bit of a buffer zone between him and us and push it just a little bit, not too fast, because we don't want to drive off the track. We don't want to spin out or anything like that. There's only half a lap, maybe even less than that left, so highly unlikely that they're going to catch the Opafed. As we're ripping around this corner, and pretty soon this lap is going to be over. I can still see him in the rearview mirror, so you still have to be careful of how you drive. Always remember that, don't forget. And here we're coming through those little S-turns close to the end of the lap. Really enjoyed this one. This is a great car. Started off a little dark, it was a little hard to see at the beginning, but it did clear up. I hope you liked it too. Hope to see you back at Opafed Gaming real soon. So until the next time, you've been racing with the Opafed.